and of the 1 million teacher. Okay, so and today we have one of our most loved and versatile and speaker. She's part of us, and it's so great to have her join us today. And I would like to quickly read a profile, so that we can all intimate ourselves with who she is. And I would like to read about Mrs. Sogebra, Adeola Sogebra. She's an award-winning educational leader, learning experience design specialist. She's also a COO, and digital transformation advocate with 17 years experience shaping African education landscape. That's awesome. Currently, she's serving as a chief operating officer at the Atlantic All School, driving operational excellence, innovation, and sustainability in education. Previous roles include she was the head of growth at the EduSchools and the EdGo, where strategic partners and campaigns connected to African families with quality learning opportunities. In 2025, she served as a co-program lead and strategic partner for the Leader Big Teachers Conference, powered by the 1 Million Teacher, which made history with over 220,000 attendees and over 5,000 licensed teachers verified, setting African first Guinness World Record for the largest gathering of teachers. She's also the founder of the Sogebra Foundation, creator of the Digital Citizenship flashcards, author of The Winning Online, and the builder of educator communities such as Changemakers Group and Leading Ladies in Learning. She has been recognized as one of the top 100 career women in Africa and among the power women in Africa, with an unshakable commitment to empowering teachers, uplifting youth, and shaping African educational future through innovation, mentorship, and value-based leadership. So with our hands together, with our emojis, please let's welcome on stage, onto the virtual space, our amiable, versatile, most sought after educator, Mrs. Sogebra. The virtual floor is yours, ma'am. You're welcome. Good to have you here, ma'am. Okay.
Oh, good day, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes,
You
very
can
well. We
hear
can
me.
hear you. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, my sister. And good evening. Ah, sorry that I kept saying good day, everyone. I don't understand where this madam got all this profile from. Bottom line, my name is Shola Adeola. My name is Shola Adeola. Amudipe, actually, Sogebra is Shola plus Algebra. That's how I came about that name. And I'm a black belt, a third Dan. That's what I am. That's who I am, and that's everything. I'm an educator like the other person. So all of the accolades, I believe by the time we give the right to other people, we'll get amazing things, and that's what I for as black voters. We don't need a- we don't have a choice. We just have to keep setting the pace, you know, so that other people would also be encouraged to join our profession. Okay, so it's a privilege to be part of, I mean, to be facilitating this session this evening. And I didn't even know, I think I'm supposed to have come up before today, but then it keeps going back and forth. And here we are today. And it's so exciting that we are having this particular topic to discuss today when it's the Digital Citizenship Education Week, this week. So, which is ending tomorrow. So I think that, like I said, we are black belts for a reason. So please give me a round of applause for saying that. You have to celebrate me. Okay, so I would love to just share my screen so that we get straight to business. Um, I need you to also confirm that you can see my screen. I've started sharing. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen. Yes, digital citizenship education.
Okay. Once again, good day everyone. And this is 6:08 West African time, PM West African time. And again, it's Digital Citizenship Week. And again, I am a Digital Citizenship Education Ambassador with Common Sense Education. So you see that everything is just in line. And you agree with me that with all the happenings, I have a video that I'm going to share with you along the line. I agree with me that this is kind of timely. So I want you to picture this right now. Our kids, our students, our learners, even our children, our nieces, nephews, they are online. I mean, that's the reality. They are either scrolling, posting, connecting with the world. But the big question is that keeps up the big question that should let me not say should, that is disturbing, is, are they safe online? Like, are they responsible? Are they guided? And that's why we are here this evening, not just to teach subjects like math or science. We do a whole lot as teachers. But then the world is changing. I mean, the world has changed, not changing. And we have to teach beyond the subject. We have to shape how our learners behave in this wild digital world. Some of us, I know that there was a time when I was in the university where there will be all these free night calls, but it's not as terrible as it is now. Even if there's no midnight calls, there are different things that the we have AI deepfake everywhere. We have quite a lot of things happening that we cannot even imagine. So we have to teach beyond the math or science or literacy or whatever. We have to be involved in shaping the way they behave in this digital world. So now we are going to uh, go right into today's session properly. Now, before we go, I was even thinking I would do this before myself, but unfortunately, I didn't remember to. I want us to just pick up your phone and type your name on Google Chrome. Let's see what will come out. I would love for some of us to quickly share in the chat box. When you Google your name, what are you seeing? Can we do that? I need responses. If someone Googled your name now, right now, like now, what would they see? So I need examples. I need people to quickly do that. Type in your name on Google. I can show you my own. I've not checked recently. I was thinking I was going to do that before the session. Unfortunately, I couldn't. Am I still here?
Yes, yes, please. Do you want us to put it on the chat box, or you want someone to raise
Yeah,
up their hand?
do a screenshot and share, and then we can
Okay.
take one or two people to quickly tell us what they see.
All right. So
No
some already
pressure.
dropped. They dropped
Oh,
on
yeah.
the chat box. Some dropped on the chat
Can you
box.
just read out? Can you just read out what they found? The picture. We don't want. Don't come and tell us what to show the picture. Maybe I should just do that right away and see if I can. I don't want to be going back and forth. Somebody should please help us, bail us out now. Do you Google your name? Let's see. I mean, there's no pressure, right? I know some of us, we have very amazing, amazing results. Some of us might not like what we see. Wherever you are visited, if you take time, you will see. If you calm down, if you're on TikTok, if you're on Twitter, you will see all of these things. And if your name had been mentioned in places before that has been posted online, you might also see some of this. So who wants to tell us what they found?
Yeah. And Prince, can you go ahead and share yours? I can see it here. Prince Patrick,
Okay.
yes, and
Okay.
Zara.
Good evening. For me, the first thing I saw when I Googled my name was Prince Patrick Osadebe on Facebook. The last post I made to say a big thank you. And also I saw videos concerning some of my black belt sessions, YouTube posts that I made, and my 1 million teacher stories on LinkedIn. That was just a few of some of the things I saw about me. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you very much, Prince. I really appreciate your engagement. So the thing is, we are doing this for a reason. Okay, there's a reason why I asked us to do that. Some of us, maybe what we find, we don't want to talk about it. It's not a big deal, you know. It's one of those things. I mean, we are learning here. Okay, somebody is raising
Can I
hands.
share my?
Yeah. Yes,
Hey,
please.
good evening, ma. Good
Good
evening, ma'am.
evening. Yes,
So
ma'am.
I saw my name, and the result I got was a result of, we said, Nigeria educator, an ambassador for my body, founder and a digital creator. And I work in Vinecrest College, my department. That was what actually pumped up for me.
That's amazing. Thank you very much.
Wow.
So, you know, if you have not done it before, you want to do that, and let me tell you, you will find something about yourself. Except you don't post on Facebook, except you don't post on LinkedIn. You know, you just find something about yourself. So the idea is just for us to think now. Let's shift gears. So your students already have an online identity out there, whether they do it deliberately or intentionally or unintentionally, you know, because they visit this site, because they are on one social media or the other, they have digital footprint. You know, this digital footprint put together is what is forming their informing their identity. So it creates a perception around them. So who, you know, some of them are just there catching for, you know how they can be. I mean, some of us were like that. With time, we got to understand that no, this is not the best way to go. But then they are putting these things out there, and the internet never forget. And then it brings all of these things together to create a perception. So you want to so we want to look at it. Who is helping them shape it? Who is helping them shape the perception, the right perception? Some of us, if you look at it, we still do some things that are bad. We are praying to God, God help me. I have committed this sin. I don't want to commit this sin. And it's maturity and experience that is making us shift away from those things, right? And then, luckily for us, maybe the internet was not really like this when we were growing up. But their life is just there. And if they are not careful, you know, imagine I cannot I can't say this enough. A particular guy that insulted Zenith Bank a few years before, he now went to Zenith Bank, I think 2 years after, to apply for a role. So you know what the HR did? The HR brought his tweets 2 years before, where he was insulting Zenith Bank. If you are the one, will you employ such a person? So you know, maybe when he did that, maybe he was just banking with them and something did not go right, right? And then he started, you know, throwing tantrum or just expressing himself. So some people will go come online and express it. So who is shaping? That's the bottom line. Who is helping them shape this history, this narrative, this profile that the internet is creating about them? The parents, whatever happens, happens. So that's where we step in as that digital guide. If you look at it, we are we are immigrant, digital immigrant. You know, it just the students, the children we have are native, digital native. So we have to move away from just my immigrant or whatever to guide them, guidance. We are so lucky because we saw the other side before before we got here. We saw how it used to be, and now that we are here, so we have to step up and guide them. So that's our role beyond just teaching them science, English, and the rest. So, why digital citizenship matters? Why does it matter? Why are we talking about it? Why are we celebrating the week? Why is it so important that we are talking about it this evening? So let's talk facts. We have to, I mean, we are talking about digital and we can always, you know, check facts and the rest. Cyberbullying starts as early as primary 4. It can even be earlier than primary four, because we have certain age that class. It starts as early as that. In fact, I stand to be corrected. My own opinion and my experience so far, you will see nursery students bullying themselves. It's not their fault. It is what they see that others do and they feel is right. It is what some people have done to them. They feel that that's how to go. You see small children, a small girl like this, small girl that is just starting life, that does not even know left to right, is bullying already, right? So that is physical bullying. Now we're talking about cyberbullying, where they have access to, going online and all of that. And we have 26.5% of teens experiencing this in the last 30 days. You can go and check this 2025 stats. In the last 30 days, this is just, whoa, today is 23rd. We have children experiencing this over and over and over. 60% of teen girls and 59% of boys with online harassment. Employers are picking at social media before hiring, like the issue of the, what is it called now? The guy that went to Zenny Bank. Before they hire, they want to see, and screen addiction, it's hard. That one is even on the high side. 40% of 18 to 22-year-olds struggle with their mental health because of screen addiction. And some of us, because see, there was a time I left the classroom. In fact, January to April, I started working from home and I was using the screen. That's when I started using glasses. I don't wear glasses before. I started wearing glasses. So you can imagine what some of them, we heard the news where some children played game and then it led to their death, and everything is just there. It's just crazy. When we hear things, we begin to wonder, why are these things happening the way they are? So we want to move away from just teaching, like I said, to guiding. And again, AI deepfakes spread information like wildfire. I will show you a video, maybe some of us have seen it, of people impersonating Tony Elumelu. And they are saying, but if you listen and you listen very well, you will know that this is a fake video. But if you're not someone that pays attention, if you will see the comment, you see that people are already falling for that, and they posted it everywhere. So we need to really, really be intentional about guiding our student really well. Please, are we still together? Am I making sense at all? If I'm making sense, I
Very
want you
well.
to use the, yeah, please use the emoji. Let me feel the energy in the room. Thank you very
Yes.
much. Thank you. Yeah. So we are here. What is digital citizenship education? What are we? It's very easy for people to just think that every time we talk about technology, use of AI, you can, are you digital literate? Can you type? Can you use Excel sheet? Can you create? Are you all of those things? But digital citizenship education is not really in that line. It's how to guide them, how to use technology, right? Safely. To take note of the word, that's why it's bold on the screen. Safely, responsibly, ethically, and productively. I've done different courses where we were told that we should move away from just consumers of ICT, users of ICT, to creators. We can create courses. We can create things that people will also learn from. So we don't just want to just consume. Imagine Prince Patrick is just producing and I'm just consuming. What am I creating that others will also consume? Okay. So digital citizenship education is guiding, is making people use, including adults. Some of us, we don't use this irresponsibly, using it safely so that we don't go online and get duped. We've heard stories of how people meet online, they started friending themselves online and they met in person. Then the next thing you hear is the person is dead. How do we use this in safely? How do we use it responsibly? We don't abuse it. How do we use it ethically? I mean, who regulates this? The AI that everybody is just using. Who regulates it? Gemini has just turned everything upside down. Like, you will just get a picture and you think you are the one. And in fact, you will just think you are the one. There's no way you cannot find yourself on Gemini. So who is regulating what? How do we even manage? So you can imagine that even the things that we have not thought about as we speak, we'll still get there. Now, it is our responsibility as teachers, to be fully aware of this, to be equipped so that we will be able to. What you don't know, you cannot give. You can't give what you don't know. And teaching is just like anointing. You're passing anointing down to the other person, right? We don't need to say we have digital citizenship education as a subject. No, we can embed it. We embed it into whatever it is that we do, or the subject that we do. So imagine you're giving them a assignment and they're using their devices. You're setting boundaries. You can only do this with it, giving time. We can embed it. We are teachers, and that's why we are black belt. We have gone through the black belt course, and then we are equipped. That we are innovative. When we get to that point, we can always manage ourselves and then be well. So bottom line is that the definition, it does not, it sounds simple, but it's a superpower. It's something that we need to teach our learners. Like it's like giving them a digital compass for the online journey. So it's nobody's giving them manual. How do we have manual for TV, we have manual. If you buy your washing machine newly, you get manual. So it's just like giving them a compass so that they know how to proceed. So who is with me on making this a priority? Me, I am really big on this. Who is joining me on making this particular course or this particular topic a priority in the classroom? Okay, it's just few people I can count. Kilo day. Okay, so quickly, we want to build this superpower that I've mentioned on 4 strong pillars. And the first one is digital safety. That's keeping them protected is our responsibility. We have to be concerned about their protection. The second is digital literacy. That's helping them understand what they see. It's not everything that you see that you take or it. We've seen images. In fact, that's what I'm even supposed to, I don't know. I got really, really engrossed, and they're so busy that you see images. I've seen an image on Facebook before where it was a keg. The guy sat down and there's a way they took the picture, and it was as if the guy was inside the airplane. So somebody that do I say, this one is now traveling, and you be giving yourself a dick. It comes with different manipulations and lies and all of that. So helping them understand what they see. And thirdly is digital etiquette, netiquette. So some of us, we are very bad at it. You will call somebody the first time, they're not picking. The second time, you keep calling. There's some people, before you even call, you want to send a message to them that it's a good time to call you. It's relationship that defines when you can call and all of that, right? So etiquette, you're using your caps, you're shouting. It's really important. As much as we teach them in the class that when you use the classroom voice, you do this, you do that. You knock before you wait and get responses before you move in. You say thank you, you say please. The same thing, we have etiquette, and it's netiquette that we call it on the internet, right? Before I leave this spot, I would also want to say, some of us are fond of, when we reach out to people, you're sending messages. I've received countless messages on LinkedIn. Somebody would just send me something and say, check it. You're not even greeting me. You're not even introducing me. We've not had introducing yourself to me. We've not had anything to do together. Sometimes I look at those messages and I just move. It is not right. Sometimes we want to reach out to somebody that will even help us. You have to, you have to pitch. You have to introduce yourself. You have to, even if you want to send everything at once, because everybody's busy. How can you say hello? Are you expecting me to say hi? Then you say another thing, you expect me to say another one. No, it's not, So these are some of the things that we need to help our students when it comes to digital etiquette. And lastly is digital well-being. That's finding that we need to find that sweet spot of balance. We have to balance. So our students, if you give them their devices money till now, some of them will even forget that they have not eaten. We have children at home. They will forget that they've not eaten. They keep playing games. They get lost, and so there's no balance. They don't connect with other people. If you collect this phone or laptop from them, they are not happy. They will not. They don't have relationship with people other than their devices. So we also have to help them find balance. Balance it is. So I will just rush through the digital safety. Don't share your personal data. These things are things that we know they are common, you know. But we cannot assume that they know. Some of them will feel like, what's the big deal? Yeah. But we keep saying it. And you know what? We keep telling them, and we tell them the reason. We give them examples, real life examples, so that they will understand. And sometimes, even when you're telling them they're making them, it's okay. We keep saying it to them. And eventually, where they will need it, where it will matter the most, you will see them not giving it because you keep hammering it to them. So avoid unknown links, scams. So you will see people post link, you don't know, you just click on it. Before you know it, they say they've scanned me or they've packed all the money in my account. Why will you cannot send me a link? Why will you even send me a link to click on when we don't have a previous understanding? And of course, there's a way you can check if the link is secure or not. So you don't click on any, even some of us are in groups, before you know it, we have been scammed and will now expose our group members. So we also, like I said, we also need to be educated on this so that we can carry that same knowledge to our students. Then not everything online is true. Even AI, do you know that sometimes when you have some chat GPT to tell you nonsense, if you say this is not correct, to apologize. It will apologize and go again. So it's not everything. So even if you use AI, you still have to have knowledge of that topic. You need to do that. Okay. Digital literacy, verify news, who posted it? You all want to be sure. So who is posting this news? Is it Punch? Is it Tribune? Is it, if I begin, I don't want to start calling names. I see news in some posted by some online. I want to check I want to check if it's true or not. You want to check, you want to verify. You don't want to start carrying. But if you go on TikTok, that's even worse. You will just see somebody's picture, they will say gone too soon. They will do all manner of things. If you find out the person is not dead, the person is not dead, the person is alive. What do we even believe anymore? What can we? So it's not that. So sometimes when I even see this, I just move. I don't even have the energy. I move away. Okay. So we also need to understand the acronyms that these students use. It's very important. POV, these are just some, and this is YWD, what you're doing. Like, to be honest, some of these acronyms that they use are terrible acronyms. So we don't know, they will just smarter than us and then be communicating in a way that they're not supposed to do. So we need to also understand the different emoji. I mean, it's not bad because we are teachers, and if you're a teacher, everybody believes that you know everything. You know everything. You are a robot. You are a superhuman being. So for them not to play on our intelligence, we need to step up. You can imagine if you're with some students and they're playing music, songs that they're like, it's time for them to have fun. And they're playing certain songs that they are not supposed to be listening to. Even if we don't sing it, we need to listen to the lyrics so that we can guide them. That's just to give you an example. So we need to get involved in because how will you even know if they are bullying another if you don't know the meaning of some of these emojis? So we need to be intentional about it. And again, the etiquette that I mentioned, please thank you online. As before, group ads, don't just add anybody to group. Please, can I add you to, or you want to send the link to, or you have had that conversation before. You want to use appropriate emojis. How can one send a voice note and you're sending voice note of 5 minutes? If it's more than 2 minutes, it's too much. If it's going to be if it's going to be that lengthy, why not break it? Because you don't even know what the person is doing. So you're sending voice notes. Please, most of the time, nobody listens to such voice notes, except I know that this voice note is coming from my boss or it's coming from somebody that we've had a conversation and I know how important it is. So these are things that we need to be very, very careful of. If you send me voice note and it's more than 1 minute, 30 seconds, I will tell myself I'll come back to it and I may not remember. That's the truth. And I know that the same for other people. People are really busy. You don't want to use all caps. When you want to emphasize, it's okay, maybe one word, but you are using all caps to write, or you are shouting. That's what it means. You're shouting. It's not good for me to chat with Prince Patrick now and take screenshots of our conversation and I go and send it to Mudupe. For what? Without his consent. That's wrong. You don't want to post people's pictures without their consent. These are things that we want to find out. We have so many of them. I mean, if you can put it on any AI to write the different etiquette, you will see a lot of things that even myself, yourself, will be learning from for the first time. So it's okay for us to learn from it and then, share with our students. Then we have the digital well-being, right? Please, are we still together?
We are. We are with you.
Okay.
Yes.
So
We
for the
are.
digital well-being, yeah, thank you. For the digital well-being is where we talk about the balance. There should be a time where they are screen free. Your some schools, when you come to school, you will still be using smart board. They use the laptop. When they get back home, they use laptop. They are still on the phone or they're on the TV. I mean, we should be very intentional about helping them. Some parents, they need our help. That's why we are teachers. In fact, some of us are parents. As a parent, I still rely on other teachers for my children. That's the truth. We can help other people's children. We need help too. So we want to also help them and set the balance that this child within, even if you will give the assignment that take a nap. Assignment is to take a nap. Let your parents sign that you took the nap at the time. I mean, it's just to help them set the balance that we are looking for. When it's bedtime, you don't use the devices. When you're eating, you don't, even in the school, when it's study time, we have to, and then we cannot just take it away from them again. We have to look for creative way to do this, right? So that they are really used to it, and then we don't just want to take it from them. We also want to help them see that there are other. When you relate with people, things you learn, you connect with people, make them see the reason why they really have to do that. So they can post later, but they need to live now, enjoy the moment, right? So you remember the other time that we said over 40% of young adults they are addicted, and balance is their lifeline. They need to balance these things, right? Please, you can ask me anything. I mean, any question. So cyberbullying now, here we are. Cyberbullying is really, really the thing, right? It's not just play. Some people are being bullied virtually and they are dying, they are losing their life. They are being bullied virtually, and you see them throwing tantrums in the school, and we don't know. Or they are having issues academically. This is what we are talking about. It's not something that we want to sweep under the carpet. So we need to be really aware of this. That it's important for us to help them. Like I said, we'll have a pledge towards the end, and you'll see there's a video. I'll share this slide later in the group or with Madam Fatima, so that maybe we can have it, so that we can have access to the video also. We need to help our students. We need to tell them, don't be a a bystander. You want to be an upstander. You don't also want to be the one bullying another person. You don't want to troll other people. We teach them the right things to do. And that data footprint too, like I said when I started, is really important. The internet never forgets. So imagine if your future employer said you're supposed to do it. So we give them example, we look at the example. We can be very, very intentional. Sometimes we might not have the best example, but I know I want to talk to my students on this. I can do research. There are so many things that we don't know is even happening. So when we do research, we'll get this information and we bring this real life story to them. This is not mouth. This is not something we are forming. This is things that are really happening right about now. So fake news and misinformation, before you share, verify. Sometimes we share something, at the end of the day we say sorry, or we quickly delete. No, who posted? Like I said before. And then you go to the next slide that you see. Sorry, I want to go back to
Scammers are now impersonating Tony Elumelu and channels.
Did you hear it? If you can hear it, please. Yeah, thank you. Let me go back.
Scammers are now impersonating Tony Elumelu and Channels TV Sheun Okinbaloye Kims. Watch this.
People of Nigeria will no longer need to work. Tony Elumelu, billionaire and philanthropist, recently made this announcement and unveiled a new government project in which he has personally invested $50 million.
All you need is an initial investment of $250. Immediate metrics is your chance to start earning without trading experience.
It's easy to see this video is a
I don't know
fake,
what.
although you can be fooled if you're not paying attention. The scammers behind this video are using deepfake. Thanks to AI, they can create fake videos and audio that look and sound real. Take a look at the comment section. People are falling for it. Don't believe everything you see online. Scammers are getting more creative.
So you can imagine, if you see the video, if not that at the beginning, how can Tony and Lumeli say you without working? Is that one possible? Did it not work before he gets to where he is today? So you know that it's not. So you hear some things and you know that this can never be true. But that's where we find ourselves today. And people are already falling. You saw the comments, how can I invest? They're just scammers. They're just scammers. So before we move on, let's get hands on with dilemmas. So I want to create a scenario where a student posts an unflattering photo as a joke, right? Another scenario, fake celebrity death news or spread like the one I mentioned about TikTok. So what would you do? Or like this example of the video, the AI deepfake that people are using to, that's impersonating and then fooling, deceiving people because people have a lot of regard for Tony Elumelu, so they want people to buy from the fake that they are selling. So let's assume our students are doing that. What would you do? Please, I need, like, we don't really have much time again. I'm trying to see, maybe in the next 5 minutes I can wrap this up. So as a teacher, what will you do?
Can you go over the question again?
I said, imagine, it's on the screen anyway. Imagine students post unflattering classmate photo as a joke. Or coming up to say that, look at that one that I said on TikTok. You will see different pictures, people's pictures, and they said RIP. Eventually, you find out that nothing is wrong with them. So if we find our students doing that, what do we do? How do we, what are you going to do as a teacher? What are you going to do? Are you going to discipline? Or are you going to be concerned about safety or well-being? How would you respond? That's bottom line the question as a teacher.
Okay. Do anybody have answer to that? Maybe you want
There
to
are no,
react to it.
there are no wrong or right answer. This is us,
Oh, okay.
discussing. Yeah.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening,
I
ma'am.
think as a teacher, with what you just said now, the first thing we need to educate such a person, because the person may not even know the consequence of what he or she is doing. Being a teacher, I think the first thing you need to do is to educate the person of the consequence of the scenario. Then you talk about the literacy, the safety, and the total well-being of the person that is involved, that the person who posted this picture, you also need to let that person know. So I feel educating the person will help better. Punishment will not really give you the results you are looking for. So for my own opinion, I just feel educating the student first will help the scenario.
Thank you, my sister. I am really proud of you. Proud that I am also a black belt like you. I mean, it's not everything that we say punish, punish, punish. Sometimes you want to, you want to educate, like you have rightly said, you want to educate them so that at the end of the day, it should be coming from a place of understanding. Because sometimes they do this thing innocently. I mean, just feel that it's fun. We can do it. Somebody did it, and they don't know the consequence, like the rightly said. But Modupe, please, can you read? Somebody said something on the chat.
Someone said, is it right to be in social media group with one student? That's what I saw here.
It's one
That's only,
student.
I don't know. Okay. Now another person said Abdurraf Oye Peju said that in response to what the question you asked, that I will ask him to verify information before sharing. I will also educate him on the consequence of sending fake news.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you. You can cite an example of somebody, what some people did, I think, with, was it Nathaniel Bassi, or somebody did with one tomato paste complaint. If you remember, they came back to apologize now, didn't they? So by the time they charged them to court, and because it's going to be fun at the time they were doing it, but when the law comes really big on them, then they will know that it's no longer fun. So we need to actually educate them. So bottom line is that everybody agrees that we have to educate. So practical step is we want to weave ethics into lessons, like I said. We want to, find a way to embed it. We cannot be teaching, just like we will not teach data literacy alone, just like we will not teach communication alone, just like we will not teach critical thinking alone or problem solving. We embed it into the subject that we teach in the class. We share real stories. I mean, real stories, because sometimes, it will look as if we tell too much stories and these things are not real. But when we bring real example, real life that they can easily resonate with, then they see that, okay, this is making sense. Then we have class data agreement. Like we do town hall meeting when we Zoom. We have rules and regulations and all. We can also have class data agreement. It's not a big deal. In fact, some things can even set us apart as teachers. So parents know that we are even getting more involved beyond the school. So you are saying that this is our agreement as long as you're in my class for this session. And it should be known. Your parents should also feel it, that you have rules that you abide with. They will be happy. And that again can set us apart. I remember that we have to be we have to be ahead, because we are black belts for a reason. Sorry that I'm emphasizing it, but I have to. Then number 4 is, I'll come back to the questions. Reward positive behavior. We want to, you can even have ambassadors. You can come up with different programs. Like we have the Digital Citizenship Week. You can have the week. You can give awards. You can have tax force. You can have, discuss with them. Let them come. All of the things that they have been seeing online, to let them be creative with it. Something that will get them involved. So you want to embed AI ethics and media literacy also into your classes. Okay. We have the digital citizenship pledges here. As teachers, can we read together what's on the screen? If you can unmute, and let's read together. Educator pledge. Can we do that? Can we do that? One, two,
I
go. I commit
to
Model
model
respect, model respect,
teach
protection, address bullying,
address bullying,
promote
promote balance,
balance,
and
guide
guide
for
for
guide.
impact.
for impact.
So the same
So
thing. Now, the student, amen. Oh. The student pledge have been coined out from common sense. So that's why I put it there, because it's not totally mine. And you have to give that. That's another thing under digital literacy. You have to give honor. You have to cite where you get things. So I cannot be getting Prince Patrick will not say something, and I will not be saying it as if I'm the one that said it. It's wrong. People can also be charged for that. So students, I will travel safely, ask for help, keep info private, be kind, think before posting, balance screens. We can come up with different kind of pledges with our students. So let us watch. Please let us watch this video again. You don't need to stress yourself. I will share the slide afterwards.
We, the digital citizens, with our hands up in the air, click from here to there.
You don't always need a plane, a giant yellow school bus, or a noisy train. You just need the internet and something with a screen to see a different country or a pretty ocean scene. If you've ever seen a sloth or a pick of Banky Sue, just go online and check them out. Remember what to do.
Always ask a grown-up before you go online. It's good to set a limit and keep track of your time.
That's right.
Keep your info private, like your name and your address. And always find a grown-up if you're scared or you're stressed.
If you want to see the world, you don't always need a plane, a giant yellow school bus, or a noisy train. You just need the internet and something with a screen to play an awesome puzzle game or watch a soccer team. So go online and check them out. Remember what to do, to do, to do, to do.
Always pause and think when visiting a site. Only talk to friends you know and never start a fight. Okay. It's fun to have a screen to laugh and play with friends, but if it's nice, go outside and find the rainbow's end.
If you want to see the world, you don't always need a plane, a giant yellow school bus, or a noisy train. You just need the internet and something with a screen to be a part of something great, whatever you can dream.
Remember that you took this pledge to be your best online. So stick with the Dig Citizens, and together, you will shine.
So if we share this video with teachers, do you think our students would not like this kind of song? I mean, it's something that they will just like ordinarily. So the idea is to get them where, teach them using what they already love, singing, the kind of song. So I need a dancing shoes. So it's also a pledge. I will share it again on the platform. Like I said, it's part of the slide anyway. And the lyrics is what you have beside it. Now, as educators, there are places we can get resources for digital citizenship education. I told you that I am a common sense educator. I mean, it's a yearly thing like the Microsoft Innovative Educator Expert. So they also do their yearly, you take their courses. It's a full curriculum, even from kindergarten to SS3. They have different curriculum, even they have the lesson plan there. They have different resources that you can use, and it's free if you want to teach digital citizenship education. You don't need to pay for it. Common sense education, you just sign up and you go to lesson. You just, you can just explore. You can ask questions. I mean, we are together also. You need clarity, you want to go learn how to go about it, no problem. We have curriculum with AI literacy too. We have the internet awesome, that's Google. We have ChildNet International, we have Stop Bullying. We have, we have a lot of platforms where we can learn these things from. And they are there, they would even educate us. And then there are courses that we can also take. When you become common sense educator, you can now become an ambassador. So I am an educator and also an ambassador. And as ambassador, we need to talk about it as much as we can, So we are aware of the current situation where we find ourselves. So as much as we teach, we also want to drive this conversation everywhere. So my call to action for us, every education is a digital guardian. You are a digital guardian. I want you to type it in the chat box that I am a digital guardian. So you guide, you don't police. There's a difference between guide. You guide, don't police. It's okay for them to make error, but the error should not be to damnation, the one that would cause harm, right? Then you guide and everybody will be good, everywhere good. You have to empower students to thrive online. It is really, really important for us to do that. And we all have to take action. Okay, so Modupe, I don't know if you can read out the questions. I don't know how many more minutes I have left. Maybe you can tell me, and let's see if you can take the question and I'll answer them.
Okay, we have just 9 minutes left. And if you have question, please, you can raise up your.
Some people already posted in the chat.
Okay. And I saw only one here, which I read the other time. I can't even.
Oh,
and Prince, can you help me with it? I think it went up. I can't see it again. Prince Patrick, can you help me?
Okay, there is one. There is 5 in one. He said,
okay,
it's one person that asked 5 questions.
The question. Okay.
Yeah. Do I go on?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, the first question is, do you think cyberbullies are born cruel, or does the internet make people behave worse than they really are? That's the first question. Second question, who's more dangerous? A hacker stealing your data or a classmate who ruins your reputation online? 3. Can artificial intelligence detect and stop online bullying better than humans can? 4. How can we tell the difference between free speech and online harassment? Then 5. Should schools have the right to punish students for things they post outside school hours?
Hmm.
Hmm.
It's a lot of
This
questions.
is
It's another session entirely.
I didn't know that you were going to do that, but it's okay. I will take them one by one and as much as I can, right?
I just reshared the question so that you can see them again.
Okay,
So that
okay, thank
okay. So thank you very much, Prince. The first
you.
question
Okay,
is: do you think
let's start
cyberbullies
it
are
from that.
born free, or does the
Mm.
internet make people behave worse than they really are? So I think we have answers to this by ourselves. The person that wrote this also already knows. I want to believe so. Now, ordinarily we have bullies. Some of them, they don't even know that they are bullies. Do you get? Some people used to call me a bully. I'm not a bully. Oh. Maybe, maybe the way I talk, maybe okay, that's just by the side, right? Some people, talk about students now. It is the way they are brought up. Do you know that you will see some family they don't shout? I mean, I have stayed in education enough to know that there are different family and ways they train their children. I have seen a family where they don't even raise their voices. So when you raise your voice, like the children will start crying because they are not used to it. So imagine those kind of children. They won't go about shouting at anybody. They will talk, they will communicate without shouting. So some of these students that we see that they are bullies is not really their fault. It is the way they are treated, and they grew up to feel that that's how it's being done. That's how it should. Although some people are just funny. The bottom line is that most cyberbullies aren't born cruel. No, most of them are not. The internet simply amplify what's already in people: frustration, insecurity, or the desire for power. Because of course, the internet will give them. You won't know. You will not know who is behind it, and there is in a distance. Sometimes, maybe the way I will talk to Prince Patrick now when we are we're speaking virtually. When I see him in person, I might not be able to say that some things to him. I hope you know that. I hope you know. So sometimes it's usually like that. So a lot of things can, contribute to this. Let's go on. Now, um, the second one is: who is more dangerous, a hacker stealing your data or a classmate who ruins your reputation online? Both are dangerous, but in different way. Both of them. Whether the hacker, something that is the people that are dangerous. I mean, we don't have to names. We don't let's not sugarcoat it. A hacker is dangerous because he attacks your privacy, right? A classmate who ruins their reputation online is a cyber bully. There's no two way. Don't let's not. It's no longer just a classmate. It's a cyber bully because the person is attacking your identity online. So the hacker can steal your money or data, which you can, often recover, right? You know that. But when someone destroys your reputation or self-esteem online, the emotional and the social damage can last much longer than the money that has been taken. So that's why, my dear brother and sister, digital citizenship isn't only for uh about protecting devices, it's also about protecting dignity. My dignity must be kept intact. Then the third one: can artificial intelligence detect and stop online bullying better than humans can? AI can help, but it can't replace human judgment. Let us know that AI is AI. We are human. AI does not have emotion. Some things that you do, sometimes the way I talk to, I'm sorry, I'm using Prince Patrick Modupe. I am sorry. Just pardon me. The way I relate with them, AI cannot relate with them as such. AI does not know them, does not send them, cannot be that understanding. It will just be firm, straight, and so we can human judgment with AI. Artificial intelligence can, for example, scan for hate speech, threat. That's why you see some of these are social media. Some people want to use some words. They put star asterisk, in between so that they don't spell it, so that it will not bounce and all of that. So AI can just dictate, those kind of a thing, but that faster.
Is she here?
Like the network has.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Sorry.
Back.
No, I think, yes, I'm so sorry. My internet is just on power and the today lights. It's fine. Okay, so what was I even saying now? God. So I was trying to explain that AI cannot take the place of human bottom line, no matter how fast. But AI and human can actually work together because AI can detect some of these things faster than human, right? So, and human will also put empathy, human face to it, and all of that, so they can partner. How can we tell the difference between free speech and online harassment? This one is tough, oh, right? And most importantly, data question over time. Now, free speech, allows you to express opinions, even unpopular ones. And then harassment, what does it do? It begins when your words target, when your word is targeted at someone or to harm or silence someone else, right? So even when we are, you know that we are Nigerians, we are Africans. There's a level of how you speak to others, no matter how free you want to speak, how freely you want to say. For example, Akim will ask all of us to call him Akim. So because I'm calling him Akim, does that mean I will disrespect him? No, I will not disrespect. No matter how free we want to be free, we know that there are boundaries, right? And then when we start targeting people, when we want to try and silence them, that is no longer a free, that is harassment. Okay, so if your words attack ideas, that you're debating. But if your word attack people, like people, then you're harassing. So I think with these few points, right?
Yes, before you go, there's
Am
another
I
question here. Yes, thank you so
okay?
much. We have just few minutes to go. Like the last question here says that should schools have the right to punish students for things they post outside school hours? I think it's important for us to know this. Should schools have the right to punish students for things they post outside school hours?
I wish the person would be able to tell me by punish. What do you mean by punish? You know, what do we mean by? I mean, punishment could come in different
Yes,
Forms.
folks.
probably
Yeah.
corporal punishment or something. So I think the person should come and I think Esther Defila or who? Somebody sent that. Yeah, so
Okay.
okay.
Is it
I
okay?
think the person just said, should the school take any action they deem fitting, or should they just,
To just ignore
that's
it.
what the person was.
Okay. So yes, school can actually do that. I mean, but only when the student what the student post can cause real harm that spills into school life. Do you understand? Sometimes some of them will wear uniform. They can wear your uniform, but they are not in the school, and they
Mm,
behave in a way that is not expected of them. So
that's
even when they are outside the school, they are still part of the school community. They represent you. You see have you not seen maybe your students in maybe family function and somebody saying, what's the name of your school? Like, I want my child to attend the school. So whether we like it or not, even if they are not in the school, they
they
belong to the
carry it.
school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But then school
Identity.
cannot police their opinion. The school cannot stop them from expressing their personal opinions, right? But that's why we are also here to guide them. That's where we have the middle ground of digital responsibility when we guide them properly. So whether they are with us or they are not with us, they will be able to take the right steps. So you can also, introduce this as citizenship education when you go to this site that I've mentioned, especially common sense education, where and you have access to the curriculum. I say again, you can reach out to me. I will guide you how to get them. You can introduce it to the school. So when your school is sensitive and intentional about this already, there won't be any reason where we will have this. I mean, even though, but it will be reduced. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think we a bit behind the scheduled time. So I don't know if you have anything to say, Mrs. Sola Adeola. Maybe you have anything to say to cap it up so that we can actually end the session. Maybe your final words and or encouragement or action word. What do you have to say? And somebody also said, I'm interested in the curriculum for digital citizenship education. So I don't know if there are websites or maybe courses that we can also explore to be part of this movement, because I think it's a movement that we all need to imbibe on to the grassroots, which are the schools. So maybe you can drop the website, or you can also link it up with an Ajia Fatima or Prince Patrick, so that we can go through all this and get the right information literacy to be digital citizens. All right, ma'am.
Okay,
Anyone?
so okay, I thought
Go
you
ahead, ma.
said.
Go ahead, ma. Go ahead, ma.
Okay, so I'm trying to also copy the link to that to the common sense education
Okay.
already from here. When you get there, you will see for parents, you see for educators. You just want to click on for educators. However, I would also share with Madam Fatima. You know, I
Thank
mean,
you.
we are together. We can whatever we can do to help us grow resources, and we can always get it.
All right.
And before, yeah, thank you. Prince Patrick has also shared. So bottom line, what I would just end with is I would have even expected us to say, I also need feedback now. This is my family, this is a community, but I will
Yeah.
be getting the feedback later from so that we don't waste time. But then stay safe online. Let's just be very, very careful. A lot of things are happening. Our students, our children. My son, I woke up in the middle of the night. He was talking to, and I had to peep. I didn't really get. I had to call him in the middle of the night. That who was he talking to? He was
Mm,
asking. He told me he was no. He said he's just talking to ChatGPT and was asking ChatGPT, "What do you think about me?" Can you imagine? Under my
mm,
watch, God
mm,
forbid. So that was how
mm,
I started. I put the pastor hat in me on. Like you don't have to. You
mm,
don't have to wait for people to validate you. Not even this is even AI. So things are happening around us. If we feel that we have it all figured out, we've not seen enough. So we need let's stay safe online, and as much as we stay safe online, let's pay attention to the children around us, and let's of course connect again soon, pretty soon. Let's do
okay.
this again. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much. Please, with the clapping and ovation with our emojis, please let's appreciate and our dear Mrs. Sola Adeola Sogebra for dishing out. Like it was worthwhile. You would agree with me that it was worthwhile coming for today's session. We have learned a lot: digital citizenship, safety online, and how we can implement this in our schools and all that. Thank you so much for taking out time to educate us on this very important topic. We appreciate you. We thank you. We say we want to see you next time. We want you to come very pretty soon to also and do this again. Thank you so much. And Prince Patrick, you raised your hand. Do you have anything you want to say?
Uh,
Prince Patrick,
Not
yeah.
quite. Just to appreciate Miss Sola,
Yeah,
wonderful presentation. Honestly,
it was
this
awesome.
is a presentation. This is something that we should take to heart. Digital citizenship education is not something to joke with or
Yeah.
play with. Children these days are really falling victims of a
Very
lot of
fast. Yes.
mischiefs
Exposed.
online.
Mm,
So we as adults need to up our games. Thank you, Ms. Shola, for
appreciate.
echoing this, resounding this back to
Mm,
us.
thank
It's
you, ma.
really a blessing. Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much. We
much.
really
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so much.
much. We appreciate you.
Thank
Thank you for
you.
coming.
Thank
And to
you.
everyone that showed up today, see you next week for another session. Thank you, everyone. Everyone. We appreciate you. And this is the end of today's session. Thank you, and God bless you all. Bye.